After 80, the question of how long you will live begins to feel different. It is no longer a number printed in a report or spoken casually in conversation. It becomes personal. It settles into the quiet spaces of early mornings and thoughtful evenings. You may find yourself wondering not only about years, but about quality, steadiness, and peace. And yet, long before any calendar answers you, your body has already been speaking. It speaks in energy, in movement, in clarity of thought, in emotional balance, and in the simple rhythms of appetite and sleep. These are not dramatic announcements, they are quiet signals, and together they form a portrait of how strong your system truly is after 80. Longevity at this stage of life is less about prediction and more about pattern. It is about the consistency of your days. A strong system does not prove itself through extremes, it shows itself through steadiness. When your mornings begin without heavy exhaustion, when you can move through simple routines without strain, when your mind remains engaged in conversation and reflection, these are not small things. They are meaningful indicators that your internal systems, heart, brain, nerves, muscles, are cooperating rather than competing. After 80, the body does not hide its condition. It reveals it gently through daily life. One of the clearest signs of systemic strength is steady daily energy, not the restless energy of youth, but a reliable current that carries you through ordinary tasks. You rise from bed and feel oriented rather than confused. You prepare breakfast without needing to sit down halfway through. You may rest during the day, but rest feels refreshing, not desperate. This kind of energy suggests that your cardiovascular system is circulating well enough to support your organs. It suggests that your metabolism, though slower than decades ago, still converts nourishment into usable strength. It suggests that your body recovers overnight instead of merely surviving the night. Fatigue, of course, is natural with age, but there is a difference between normal tiredness and persistent depletion. When exhaustion lingers without reason, when even simple tasks feel overwhelming, the body may be signaling strain. By contrast, when you can predict your energy patterns, knowing when you are strongest and when you prefer quiet, your system is demonstrating regulation. Regulation is resilience. It means your body understands its limits and works within them rather than collapsing against them. Energy flows naturally into movement. After 80, mobility is more than convenience. It is independence in motion. The way you stand from a chair, the way you turn your body without losing balance, the way you walk across a room without hesitation. These small actions speak volumes. Strong mobility reflects muscular coordination, joint integrity, and neurological communication. When your steps feel confident and your balance feels steady, your internal systems are working together with quiet efficiency. Movement without fear is especially meaningful. If you can navigate your home without gripping walls, if you can walk outdoors and feel grounded rather than anxious, your body is showing integration. Balance depends not only on muscles, but on vision, inner ear function, nerve signals, and mental focus. When these systems remain aligned, your risk of sudden decline decreases. A body that moves smoothly is often a body that maintains internal order. There may be days when stiffness appears, or when caution slows your pace. That is part of aging. Yet the overall pattern matters more than the occasional moment. If your body still responds when you ask it to move, if it rises, bends, reaches, and steadies itself, there is strength present. Mobility is not about speed. It is about reliability. And reliability, after 80, is a powerful sign of longevity. As the body moves, the mind observes. Cognitive clarity becomes another essential signal. Memory may not be perfect. Names may occasionally escape you. But clarity is not perfection. It is functional awareness. It is the ability to follow a conversation, to make decisions about your day, to understand what you are reading, to remember where you placed your keys most of the time. When your thoughts feel organized rather than scattered, your brain is showing resilience. Mental sharpness reflects circulation, emotional health, and engagement with life. A brain that is stimulated through conversation, reflection, or simple curiosity tends to remain more adaptable. When you can adapt to small changes, an unexpected phone call, a shift in plans without confusion or panic, your cognitive system is demonstrating flexibility. Flexibility is a form of strength. It suggests that neural pathways are still communicating effectively. Moments of forgetfulness do not define decline. Patterns do. If your mind generally returns to clarity after brief lapses, if you can reason through small problems, if you still feel like yourself in your thinking, these are reassuring signals. Your system is not static. It is still adjusting, still responding, still present. Emotional steadiness deepens this picture. After 80, life carries memories of loss, transition, and change. Emotional resilience does not mean the absence of sadness or worry. It means the ability to recover. When disappointment arises but does not linger for weeks, when stress appears but eventually softens, your nervous system is regulating itself. Regulation protects the body from chronic strain. The way you respond to frustration matters more than the frustration itself. If you can pause, breathe, and regain perspective, your system is demonstrating balance between mind and body. Emotional storms that settle naturally suggest healthy communication between your brain and hormonal systems. Chronic agitation, by contrast, can quietly tax the heart and immune system. But when calm returns after disturbance, your body is revealing durability. Social connection often supports this stability. If you still find comfort in conversation, if you feel understood by someone, even occasionally, your emotional world remains connected. Isolation can weaken both mood and physical resilience. But when you maintain some thread of connection, family, friends, neighbors, or community, your system benefits. Emotional warmth strengthens internal rhythms. These rhythms are perhaps most visible in appetite and sleep. The body after 80 becomes sensitive to routine. When you feel natural hunger at predictable times, when meals satisfy rather than upset you, your digestive system is cooperating. Digestion requires coordination between nerves, muscles, and chemical processes. A stable appetite often reflects internal harmony. Sleep, too, is revealing. Nights may be lighter than they once were, but restorative rest still exists. If you wake feeling oriented, if your sleep has a rhythm even with occasional interruptions, your nervous system is maintaining cycles. Sleep allows repair. It allows the heart to slow, the brain to cleanse, the muscles to reset. When sleep patterns remain relatively steady, longevity is quietly supported. Disruption in these rhythms can signal stress, loss of appetite, persistent insomnia, or dramatic changes in sleep may suggest imbalance. Yet consistency, even if modest, reflects resilience. A body that continues to hunger, digest, rest, and rise again is a body still invested in living. All these signs, energy, mobility, clarity, emotional balance, and rhythm interact. They are not isolated. When energy is stable, movement feels easier. When movement is steady, confidence grows. When confidence grows, emotional balance strengthens. When emotional balance strengthens, sleep deepens. The system supports itself in a quiet circle. After 80, longevity cannot be guaranteed by any single measure. But patterns offer insight. If most days carry a sense of manageable effort rather than overwhelming strain, your system is likely functioning with integrity. If your body still responds when you ask it to move, if your mind still engages when you ask it to think, if your emotions settle when you allow them space, these are powerful signals. The question of how long you will live may never be answered precisely, but the quality of your internal systems can be observed daily. And when those systems show steadiness, regulation, and quiet resilience, they suggest not only survival, but sustainability. Your body, even now, is communicating, not loudly, not dramatically, but faithfully, and perhaps that is the most reassuring truth of all.